If you are a living, breathing human, then this video is for you. And in this video, you are going to learn about creating a unique value proposition. Now, before you scroll, because you think that doesn't apply to you, you might be thinking, Sarah, I'm not in a role or a season of life where I need a unique value proposition, otherwise known as a UVP. That is not true, and I'm going to prove to you why you're wrong by sharing with you that creating a unique value proposition, no matter what season of life you're in, whether you're an agent, a lender, a stay-at-home mom, or a recent college graduate, is a must. If you're joining me for the first time, I'm Sarah with SA Title Girl. If you're an agent or lender in the San Antonio and or surrounding areas, I want to work with you because my goal is to add value to your business development efforts by helping you identify and build your brand, and then create a marketing strategy that will result in increased leads and closed business. And while there's a lot of title reps in and around the area doing a lot of good, many of them are not able to offer you the same level of targeted and tailored marketing collaboration. So if you're watching this today, before we hop into the content, which is coming up here in just a few seconds, and you're an agent or lender in the area, you might be thinking, man, I really need to do a better job, especially if and when things start to slow down with branding and marketing. Then I want you to do a couple of things for me right now, not later, right now. The first thing I want you to do is to confidently click on that subscribe button. That's right, I said confidently, especially if my content has helped in any way. And I want you to be sure to click that notification bell so that you can be alerted anytime I post a new video, which is typically on Mondays. And speaking of new videos, let's jump into our topic today, which, as I already said, is creating your unique value proposition. So it might feel overwhelming, and you might even be thinking, what is a UVP? We're going to talk about that as well. But it is something that will not be created in one sitting. Don't feel like it's something you're going to be able to do in an hour. It'll take several days, maybe even several weeks. I want you to also consider the 4 following questions. Let's talk about those now when you create a UVP. First one, what is it that you're really offering a seller or a client or a buyer? Is it a service or is it a product? Number 2, what's the benefit of offering your services? It might look different for a buyer than a seller if you're an agent, but what is the benefit to them? I want you to be able to write those pros and benefits out. And this one is huge. It's a question I feel many agents overlook and are quick to answer, but they sort of answer it in a really general way. So let's talk about it. What or who is your target customer? Now, most agents are going to respond with the following. Sarah, my target customer is anyone looking to buy or sell a home. Well, if you haven't watched my other video about niching down, I want you to be sure and check that out now. You want to really target your client and who it is that you're looking to support and add value to so that you can develop a unique value proposition based around that. The next thing I want you to consider is what sets you apart from your competition. There's a lot of agents in the San Antonio area. The last time I checked, there was somewhere between 12,000 and 15,000 licensed agents. So why would I choose to use you over all the other agents out there? And I want to say one more thing about the differentiation component. In the eyes of people outside of our industry, title, escrow, real estate, lending, we're kind of all the same. So what is going to set you apart? I have agents tell me all the time as a title rep, you guys are all the same, you look the same, you work for a company, I can't tell you guys apart, you do a really good job working and bringing donuts and tacos, but you're all the same, and that just makes me cringe. It really does. So what I have decided to do is, instead of saying, well, then I'm going to be the best donut girl in all of San Antonio, I've decided, no, I'm going to work to build my skill set so that you guys don't think I'm the same. And I'm going to make sure that my unique value proposition is so undeniable that it's outward facing to the agent or lender, meaning when I talk to you about how I can add value to you and your business, it shows you that I'm here to support you, and that by using me and collaborating with me, your business is going to grow, especially when it comes to branding and marketing. And I also want to tell you, as an agent or lender, that if you take the time to set up a UVP, you are going to run circles around other agents. So let me give you a couple examples of how you might set yourself apart when it comes to writing a UVP. For example, Start with something that says like, I specialize in, or I am a ninja negotiator when it comes to. Maybe you have a track record of helping sellers get over 2% of the average asking price. Also, maybe you're an expert working with empty nesters, helping them find a condo or a smaller home. Maybe you're the type of agent who gets a home sold in a shorter amount of time than the average agent. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that you position yourself and talk about your unique value proposition that sets you apart and says, if you work with me, I'm going to do what no one else can do. You also want to make sure that what you offer is what your clients value. Make sure your UVP is clear, concise, and not confusing. Don't use jargon, industry jargon that people don't understand. They don't understand a lot of the terms and acronyms that we use. So make sure that when you're talking to them, you speak in normal human language. You also don't want to take a lot of time in talking to them about your awards and accomplishments. If they ask, of course, be ready to share that. But typically those awards and accomplishments only matter if you can tie them into how that's going to help a buyer or seller accomplish their need. In other words, you're going to need to study the market and know your audience. You're going to need to know what is it that they value, what is it that sellers need versus buyers. A first-time buyer probably values information and skills that maybe someone who flips houses or is looking for an investment property may not value quite as much. So I talked about this in my last video, and if you haven't watched it yet either, make sure to go check this one out. It's about branding. So as you develop a brand and you're clear on your brand, it's going to support your UVP, your unique value proposition, and it's going to help make sure that you understand the market, your client, and what it is that they value. Remember, a unique value proposition is not about you. So here's a couple of things to steer away from when creating a UVP. Again, I already mentioned this. Don't spend a lot of time talking about your accomplishments. A UVP is not a slogan or a catchy phrase. So that's not going to tell me who you are or what you can do for me if you have something that rhymes or is catchy. So stay away from that. Once you do create a UVP, sit on it for a while. Send it out to friends and family, people you know, like, and trust. Ask them if it aligns with the needs of a seller or a buyer or whatever your target client is. Also, make sure that it's clear and not using a lot of jargon or terms that people don't understand. If the customer values service above all things, then make sure that service is included in your UVP. Understanding their needs is going to help you create a UVP that appeals to the client and meets their needs. And you also want to make sure that it's sustainable. So if you are someone who has not created a UVP, I want you to reach out to me today. Click the subscribe button, comment below, say, Sarah, I need a UVP. I need help with a UVP. I know you're somebody who can help me. I will do my best to under-promise and over-deliver. There is no time like the present to get started on a UVP. If you don't have one, reach out to me. The bottom line is that you are in an industry where you are here to help people accomplish their tasks, accomplish their dreams. You know that, but do they? You want to make sure your UVP is clear and concise. It will solve a problem for your client. It will differentiate you and help you stand out in a crowd, in an otherwise crowded sea of faces, if you will. So guys, be sure to click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, click like, and make sure to comment below if you've enjoyed this video, and especially if there's any way I can help you create and or develop your unique value proposition. Every single one of you needs one. Even if you're a stay-at-home mom, you're a recent college graduate, you're in between jobs, we all need to know what skills and resources we bring to the table. Everybody has something to give. Everybody has something that is valuable. Make sure that you can articulate it in a way that's clear and concise. Be sure to reach out to me if I can help. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, as you know, YouTube, and I even have a blog by the same name, satitlegirl.com. Appreciate your time. Until next week, take care.